Hello everyone, welcome to CivilPrep. This is a PYQPrep program, a geographical optional PYQ initiative. So in this initiative, we will be looking at the various PYQs starting from the year of 2024. Okay, so in this program, I can understand various aspirants, they are having certain problems in articulation of answer, then understanding the various aspects of answer, the dimensions of answer, and obviously there is an issue of models, theories, and the various, we can say, the perspectives and laws are also required. So looking at the first question is, what are truncated spurs? Where and how they are formed? So this is a 10-marker question. This was a question 1A. Okay. This is taken from PYQ 2024. Now, truncated spur. Now, what is truncated spur? It is basically a steep-like cliff edges of interlocking spurs that have been sharply cut off by erosive action of valley glaciers. For example, if we have this as a mountain range, okay, so after a certain point of time there will be erosion will occur because of the glaciers which are present here. So here the glacier will be formed, and this glacier slowly it will erode this valley here. But after certain period of time, what we will see that this valley, they will be having this structure. Okay, they will be having this structure. So here what we see that these two valleys, they are coming out. Okay, they are coming out, and therefore they are also called as hanging valley. Okay, and the base here, it is getting widened. Okay, and this is happening because of the glacial erosion. This is happening because of glacial erosion. If I will like to draw the diagram here, so the diagram will be looked almost something like this. So here we see that there is almost a hanging shape is present here in this particular valley. So if we look at this 3D model, so we will be able to understand this condition in a better way. So here also we can see that we have a presence of mountains. Okay, here we have, this is a mountain and this is another mountain. Okay, and here because of the glaciers, there has been an erosion. Okay, there has been an erosion has occurred here. Now, if we try to analyze this aspect here, we can see here that there is almost a presence of hanging kind of structure in this aspect here. Okay, so here we can see this particular valley. This particular valley here we can see, this part here we can see. These are the aspects of the hanging valley. Okay, they have formed. Okay, this also we can see here. This is the hanging valley. So in this diagram, we are able to understand that how this hanging valley is and what is this hanging valley. Okay. Now, let's look at the aspects of the answer that we need to write here. So first we need to introduce with the truncated spur, that what is truncated spur. Truncated spurs, they are basically steep, cliff-like, edges of interlocking spurs. Spurs are nothing but the eroded valleys. Okay, the spurs that have been cut sharply by glaciers. Okay, so here we'll be seeing that this result into a glacial trough. This results into the formation of glacial troughs and represents significant landscape which is modified by glacial geomorphological processes. Okay, so this is one aspect. So here, if we look this particular part, so this was the initial mountain. Okay, this was the initial mountain range, and there was the cutting of this mountain by the glacier. Okay, so here we can see that there is formation of, okay, there is erosion is taking place, and this is resulting into the vertical cutting of landform, or we can also directly write mountain. Thus, this is forming one of the part of the cryoplanation. Okay, and this is present in the youth to mature stage. Okay, and this cryoplanation concept, it was given by Peltier. Okay, so this also we can include in the answer. Now, moving forward, we'll be looking at the spur is, what is a spur? So spur is a lateral ridge projecting into a valley, typically formed by fluvial erosion. Okay, so here we'll be looking at the various formation processes. Because our question, it specifies that where and how are they formed. Okay, so here we'll be seeing number one, the glacial erosion. Under the glacial erosion, here they are dominated by abrasion, process of abrasion, that is rock scrapping. जब रॉक एक दूसरे से टकराते हैं, it is resulting into the abrasion process and the plucking process. प्लकिंग मतलब कि जो रॉक अपने बेड रॉक में है वहां से वो निकल जाता है. सो द प्लकिंग प्रोसेस, दिस इज the rocks they are coming out, and this is plucking process here. Okay, now here we'll be seeing that there are rivers, they are also forming these valleys, but glaciers move straight. The rivers, they majorly meander, but glaciers, they move straight. Okay, so because of this, they cut across the spurs, resulting into their truncating. Okay, so over the time, what will happen? The glaciers, they smoothen and straighten the valley. Okay, leaving behind step-sided spurs. spurs, steep sided spurs. Okay, so here we can see that these spurs, they are formed here because of the glacial action. Okay, now after this, there is also the second part, that is post glacial modification. Now here we'll be seeing that the spurs remain as sharp cliffs and they rise above the U-shaped valley. Okay, which is formed by the glacier. Here we can take certain example. For example, Lake District in United Kingdom. Okay, also called as Langdale Valley. Then in Alps, we have numerous glacial valleys. Okay, now when we look at certain theories which can be applied here. So as we can see in this part, here there was upliftment, okay, and then there was erosion. So here we can apply here the Davis cycle of erosion. Okay, we can supply here number one, Davis cycle of erosion, where we see that the glaciers and river, they are resulting into the formation of such kind of truncated spurs. Second thing, we can also apply here Peltier's cryoplanation or altiplanation, and it is also called as glacial cycle of erosion. Okay, which explains quite well. Okay, Peltier was one of the student of Davis. Okay, Davis has not given one of the separate cycle for the glaciers. Therefore, Peltier, being one of the student of Davis, following the footsteps of Davis with respect to the cycle of erosion, he had developed this concept here. Okay, now as we have explained here that what is truncated spur, how they are formed. Okay, the various regions like mountainous regions of the world, we have given certain examples here. Okay, so we can write your conclusion. So under conclusion, what we will see, the truncated spurs indicates they indicate past glacial activity. Okay, which illustrates how glacial geomorphic processes reshape fluvial landforms, thus helping us to reconstruct paleoclimatic and paleographic conditions, that is helping us to understand the denudation chronology. Okay, so this is one of the answer which we can write. We can take concepts from this part and we can attend this PYQ in this manner. Okay, guys, so do like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends who are preparing for mains for geography optional. Thank you.